Good morning, welcome back. I hope you had a really good weekend and that you're ready and refreshed for another busy but productive week. It's really good to hear. Before we get started with any work bits and pieces, how are you today? Are you good, bad, tired? Obviously it's just been a weekend, but the weekend can have an effect on everything. Not every weekend's good. It could be busy good, busy bad. You could be tired for a busy weekend, or it could have gone really well and you're, as I said, ready for another week. Went well. It's really good to hear. So, as your personal assistant, I know that you like to start the week with, and most days really, with a little bit of journaling. So, to start us off, we have got your journal for you. Nice premium leather coated journal in nice green colour with a nice pattern on it. So this is so you can set up all your targets for the week, all your goals, what you wish to achieve, as well as reflect on last week, maybe reflect on your weekend and how that went and how that can affect you this week. So I'm going to give that to you, so that you can write down some feelings, goals, aims, positive, negatives, just reflect really, and set yourself up for another good day and a good week. But obviously to go with that, you're going to need a pen. I've got you a nice new pen. It's called the Dependable Ballpoint. And very smooth for writing. So write down all your thoughts, goals, aims, feelings, and anything else you want to write down. Should be a really, really nice experience as this pen just glides on the paper. So there's that for you too. I'll give you a little bit of time to write down feelings. You don't want me in the room. It's a bit off-putting. So I'm going to step out for a little bit, give you 10 to 15 minutes just to journal. Then I'll come back, and hopefully by the time I come back, you'll be ready to start the day. Right, I'm back, and hopefully you finished your journaling by now. Good. Hopefully that will set you up for a nice, productive week. It will motivate you, help you overcome any adversity we may come across, any issues. So, if you don't mind me asking, what's one of the goals you set yourself this week? Sounds like a very good idea. Especially that was a bit of a weak point last week, so hopefully we can improve on that this week and really get firing. So, I've got your diary right in front of me here. Nice blue colour, actually very vibrant diary. Once again, bound in some nice leather. So, if it's alright with you, shall we go through your agenda for today and just see what really is in store for us today? Well, mainly in store for you. So I'll go through it slot by slot, block by block, time by time, either way, and let's have a little talk about what you've got to do, and so you're ready for the day as well. There's nothing more than being ready for the day, you know, there's nothing better than being knowing what's 100% coming and you can deal with it. So 8 AM, which is where we are now, is journal, which you've already done, and go through today's agenda, which we're doing now. So if you don't mind, I'll borrow your pen and we can take that one off the list. At 9 AM, in about 45 minutes, you have an interview for a new head of people. Well, a few interviews. So obviously that's someone to deal with recruitment, which is quite ironic that you're doing the recruitment for that. But someone to deal with the recruitment and building a team, as well as building the environment. So basically, probably also known to people as head of HR. So someone to be there to help you with any issues you may need, and someone that all the rest of the staff can go to and make sure that their problems and needs are being met. You have 3 candidates for that, so I've booked out an hour for each candidate. So you have an interview at 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. 10 a.m. 10 p.m. That would be a long interview till 10 a.m. and I've scheduled that in for 45 minutes for the interview, and then 15 minutes for anything overrunning, any questions they may have, as well as time for you to have like little breaks, to get a drink, something to eat, a snack, or even go to the bathroom. Then in the same layout, the next one will be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and again, 45-minute interview, 15 minutes for anything else you may need. The final interview will be at 11 a.m. till 12 p.m. and again, the same layout. And that is your third and final candidate. I have then penciled in lunch for 12 p.m. So then you can now give you time to go through the candidates when you have your lunch. Just have a little think, have a reflect on what they were like, and also score the interviews to see who has come out on top in that aspect. While we're here, we should probably sort out your lunch order. So it really depends on what you're feeling like today. You can either go order something in from the cafe below, where you have your standard, toasties, paninis, sandwiches, coffees, juices, those sort of things, your sort of normal coffee shop lunch. Or I can go get you something from the shop down the road, like a meal deal. So that'd be a sandwich, a snack, and a drink. If you just want something a bit more normal, a bit more everyday, just standard, sort of healthy-ish lunch. Or we can get something more of a treat, where you can order yourself in something like a burger, some fries, you know what I mean, something a bit more fast foody, but just you might be feeling like you want a treat today, which is always good to treat yourself when you can. So what sort of lunch would you like? So you're going to go for the meal deal, just a sort of your standard lunch, that's fine. So what sandwich would you like first of all is the main part of the meal? Really good choice. So I'll get you one of those, and you either get a snack with that, which is like either a packet of crisps or a chocolate bar, or even some fruit, depending on what mood you're feeling. Do any of those take your fancy? Again, really good choice. Really complements the sandwich really well. And finally, you get a drink. Obviously, you can get yourself like just a water. You can really get your money's worth and get yourself a smoothie, because if anyone knows about meal deals, they'll know the secret of you get the most expensive drink because it all falls under the price deal, so you're really getting a smoothie for a lot cheaper. Or you can just get yourself a soft drink, a Coke, an Oasis, a 7-Up, a Sprite, a Fanta. So what of those are you feeling today? What sort of mood are you in? Really good choice. So we've got one sandwich, a packet of crisps, and the healthy option of a water. Brilliant. I'll make sure I write that down, and I'll find some time in my schedule to go and grab that for you, ready for 12 o'clock after your interviews. And I'll have that in your office for 12 p.m. So even if you're not quite there yet, it will be on your desk waiting for you. So on to the next agenda in the diary, which begins at 1 p.m. And that is your 1 p.m. appointment with your personal trainer. They have sent me through a program of what they have planned in for you today, so that you can arrange your day if you'd like me to read that out to you. No worries, of course I can. So it starts off with a warm-up, just a little bit of light stretching, a small jog, just to get the body and the heart rate bumping. And then today is a bit of core exercises, so working your abs and your stomach. and that's just some flutter kicks on your laying on your back, kicking your feet, some crisscrosses, once again laying on your back, crossing your feet over, and some crunches. And then that'll be followed by a 1 minute plank, and that's for 3 sets. So to do those 3 times, and you have a little bit of rest in between. It then says here, it's a day for running. So you're going to be doing some light interval training. It'll be at over 2 kilometers, 1 minute jog, followed by a 1 minute sprint. And by a sprint, obviously that's flat out, not flat out, but flat out that you can get over that distance. So you're running as fast as you can for as long as you can over that minute. And then that's times 2. So you're going to be doing a total of 4 kilometers of interval training, finishing with 6 30-meter hill sprints. So that's just 6 times 30-meter sprints up a hill, and you'll get full recovery on those, so don't worry if it sounds a bit daunting. You'll get to make sure you're completely ready to run before you run again. So does that sound good to you? Does that sound like something you can fit into your day and then come back to work and do? Or would you like to move that a little bit back in the day, so then you're not rushing to get through that, coming back a bit sweaty, a bit all over the place? You'd like to move it. So would you like to move that and switch with the next appointment at 2 o'clock? Because that can be quite easy to move, because that's my appraisal, my yearly review. So I'm quite happy to come to that at 1 PM so that you can do your personal training session at 2 PM. So you can get a good rest in, because the last appointment in the diary for the day is quite an important and busy one, as you probably know, because obviously you book it in anyway. But I'm more than happy to move my appraisal over. I'll do it in the diary as well. So I'm more happy to move that over for you, so you then can fit in your PT schedule without having to stress. Perfect. So we just move that over there, cross that out, and there we go. So your PT session will be at 2 PM. I'll ring up after this and just let them know that you're going to be moving your session around, as you're very important, so I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate that. So let's move on to your final appointment for the day. And in the diary here, it says that you have a meeting at 3 PM, and that will last hopefully till about 4:30, so about an hour and a half. So you might make sure that you're ready for that meeting. Have a drink with you, make sure you've done everything you need to before we go in, because it's going to be an hour and a half of not really being in contact with anyone apart from the people in the meeting. And it says here in your diary, obviously this is your diary, so you know more about this than I will, but it's a meeting with a brand, and I won't release what brand that is. Obviously this is a secret project you've been working on with a little bit of assistance from me as and when for organisation, and I'm not really sure who's listening at the moment, so I'll keep it on a need to know basis. But it's for a collab with a very popular brand, and they're very upcoming, they're very popular and upcoming, so it's probably a really good brand to be working with right now. They want to establish the final details of the collab, basically, what's going on. So this one, it'll be stuff like, it shouldn't really affect the contract or anything. That's pretty much done and dusted. This is just little bits to tie up the contract. So it's the basics of basically like how many Instagram posts they want you to do about their brand and about the products, as well as just sort of how many YouTube video ads they want, as well as how many ads they want spread out over a certain period on your YouTube videos. And obviously your Instagram stories, your Instagram posts, sponsor posts, just how many of those they would like, to make sure that you're aware you can meet that criteria and you meet the criteria what they want, because obviously they're the ones paying you for this. So it's very important that we keep them happy as well and meet a schedule that keeps you happy. So it's just the small details, and really finalise the details the same on the merch collab you're doing with them. So just to make sure you're both happy with the designs that are being processed, that they both fit your brand and roughly your viewership. So obviously the idea is to bring both viewerships together and customers, and give everyone a little bit of awareness from both parties. And really just to sign off all those small details, I can be present in that meeting with you if you like a bit of support or someone in to take meeting notes or bits like that, because obviously that's a big part of my job role, and sometimes it can be a little daunting no matter who you are going into a meeting on your own with a few other people who would like me in the meeting with you. No worries. I'll pencil that bit out of my diary in a minute, so I know that I need where I need to be, and that I will not be caught up in anything else for you. So, by the looks of it, that's really the agenda over for today, because by the time that meeting finishes, it should be time for you to either wind down in your office and just do little bits and pieces, or head home because the working day will be over. And now that today's agenda is over, there is one more thing I would like to talk to you about, which will affect you next week, but I think it's important that we talk about it at the beginning of this week, because there's a few things I'd like to make you aware of before that happens, and that's obviously to do with your trip to London next week for a conference. It's like a creator conference for everyone in the space. It's a really good opportunity for you to network and sort of grow your following and get yourself out there a little bit more. Just cast your net and let people find out about you and your content, your brand, and what you're about. And as I said, hopefully gain more followers and sort of get more eyes on you. Obviously, as I said, it's a good opportunity to network, but especially it's going to be a very good opportunity for you now, because I have it written down somewhere down here in my book, that they have sent you an email, because I came in this morning and they sent you an email, so I thought I'd write down to tell you what happened. And basically received an email this morning asking if you can speak in a panel about sort of a panel of smaller and upcoming creators like yourself, about your experiences so far and how it has been transitioning from becoming your normal day-to-day working life as a non-creator, and really transitioning over to becoming a creator full-time, and the challenges you faced and what other people might face as challenges, and just things like that, really. So you're going to be asked a few questions. There's going to be a few for the panel. It's not going to be you, but this is a really positive thing for you, because obviously being on the panel, you'll get a lot of airtime from the streams and the videos that will go out later in the content of being showing your face and really just showing who you are. And I think it's important in these that just be yourself in them, because obviously that's what you want. You want to be yourself. You want to bring people in. So I think that's probably the most important thing. And I wanted to check with you first that it's okay that you're being put forward into this panel, because I didn't want to agree on your behalf and you not be happy about it. But obviously it's going to be a really good opportunity. So what do you think? Do you think you want to go for it? You got for me to get in contact with them and tell me you're happy to be part of the panel? See, I thought you'd say that, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to do your thinking for you. So this is going to be a brilliant opportunity for you to really get yourself out there and show everyone what you're about, and gain yourself a little bit more exposure is probably the word to use. But as for that, the only thing left to talk about on that day is travel. I have looked at avenues, and obviously for your brand and as a put yourself forward, I've booked the most efficient method of travel that is also the most eco-friendly and environmentally friendly, which is obviously the train. So you're going to be getting a train to London, but unfortunately the only train I could get you there at that time leaves the station at 6 AM. so it's going to be an early start for you. And that's sort of what I wanted to tell you in advance, because then you can plan your week accordingly, and then for next Monday when you are catching the train, you can plan your weekend accordingly and know when you have to be up, and it's not a shock to you. So it gives you a whole week to plan out everything you need to do. But I think that's really everything covered for this morning. I don't want to talk on for too much longer, because obviously you have work to do now. I have things I need to sort out for you. So if there's nothing else for you to discuss from me, we will wrap it up here. Anything else for you to discuss? Anything else you want me to do? You'd like me to get coffee and a few cakes for the meeting? Yeah, no worries. Anywhere in particular? A cake shop round the corner that do the really nice bagels and cinnamon buns. Yes, of course. I will grab them while I grab the lunch in a bit. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to let you go and get on with your day, and I'll carry on with my day, and hopefully we can catch up around lunchtime when I drop off your lunch. Sounds really good. So if I don't catch you at lunch though, I hope you have a really good day, and I'll catch you later on.